adventurers, welcome to my channel. So the OC Fair runs from July through August. The last day I believe is August 18th and it's open every day except for Monday and Tuesday, I believe. To enter the fair it is $14 a person per adult, and then parking on site is $10 cash only, but we were able to find free parking at the college across the street. It is like a few blocks away, so you'll be walking, but it's free and the walk really wasn't that bad. And they do have people in the area, and it's also, you can take a shuttle from that parking lot to the actual fair. And by the time we got there, so today's Sunday and we ended up getting there around 5 o'clock. By the time we got there, the parking at the actual fair center was closed and full. So you might run out of parking and have to find alternate parking if you get there later in the day. The fair goes until midnight, so you have pretty much all day to be there. I think it opens at 11 or noon and then goes until midnight. It's located in Costa Mesa, and there was a lot of stuff to do. So we watched the pig races, we watched the motocross tricks show thing that they did. It was kind of short, but it was pretty cool. And then they also have the monster trucks, and they have multiple stages where you can see musical performances. So that was pretty cool. And then lots and lots of games and rides and a ton of food, of course. And unfortunately, we didn't actually get any like crazy fair food. Everything sounded amazing, but like I had cheese fries and I had shaved ice. Like that was it. No crazy deep fried things, but I will say from experience that the deep fried cookie dough is delicious, and wherever you are you should try that when you see it because it is amazing. So tickets were $14, and for the most part everywhere was taking cash and card at the location. I think parking was the only thing that would have been cash only. And then to play the games or go on the rides you need tickets. So it's like a separate ticket that you buy. So tickets were 10 tickets for $5 or 40 tickets for $20. And you could also buy a fast pass if you didn't want to wait in the ride lines. And I think that was like an additional $26, I believe. And basically pretty much every game and every ride was 10 tickets. So everything's going to cost you at least $5 to do. So we decided to do the 40 tickets, and we only did one ride, and it wasn't even really a ride. It was like those like little, it was like the horror house, the horror, not horror, the horror house that you sit in the car and it kind of like goes in like a semicircle. We did that, and then we also played a couple games, and I won. I'm actually pretty good at the those games where you spray the water and like into the target, and it's kind of like a race to see who gets their little thing to the top. So I won a little Pikachu, and then my BFF won this little donut at it was like a kind of like a beer pong game, so you throw the ping pongs into the cups. So she got a little donut. And the only disappointing thing is that I was like super excited to get him and like hold him and like squish him, but he's like made of like styrofoam, so it's like I'm like pushing on him and like he's not even budging, so he's not at all like a snuggly stuffed animal. So that was sad. Like as soon as she threw it to me I was like, oh, but it's still cute though. So that's pretty much all we got. So I would definitely kind of set your eye on things that you want and plan accordingly. We definitely overestimated the amount of tickets we needed. So yeah, everything's pretty reasonably priced. My cheese fries were like, actually they were like $9. And then the shaved ice I got was $5 or $6. So nothing crazy. You kind of expect those sort of prices when you go to the fair. And entering it wasn't really a hassle. They did do a security check, so they looked in bags and they had metal detectors, and they had porta potties, but then there were also like actual bathrooms in the random buildings that are around the fair. And the lines really weren't that crazy. The longest line we waited in was for our food, and we were there for like, I don't know, like 15 minutes maybe. and it is very, very hot, and since it's in Orange County, it is also very, very humid, and I liked it. It was a really large location, so there was a lot of stuff to see and do. They had like a little vendor area where you could go in, and they had different sellers, and it was just kind of like random knickknacks and clothing items. And then there was also like an arts and crafts hall, and then also a like chef's hall. And they also had a hall of heroes, but like we didn't go there. But I think what that is mostly like about like veterans and stuff, but we didn't go there. And then there's like a kids area where it's a lot of the kid rides. There's a petting zoo, which is really, really cute. And then there's a whole livestock area. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. But there are tons and tons of rides and tons of games. So that was pretty cool. And it's always really cool at night because all the lights are really pretty. And then they did do fireworks at some point in the evening. I'm not sure what time it was. But it was kind of just like a little fireworks show, and it's kind of random. And the pig races are really cute and really funny. And they're actually endangered pigs, or they were an endangered species of pigs. And then this organization actually kind of saved them. So they used them to do little pig races when they're piglets. The pigs were only about like 4 months old. So I would give the OC Fair a 9 out of 10, just because I had a good time, and it was like such a big area, and there's so much to do, and the lines weren't that crazy, and the fact that we were even able to get free parking was amazing, and I feel like it wasn't a giant money grab. And the games are kind of like pricey, especially because you know all those games are rigged, but it was fun. It was a fun time. I probably wouldn't go again just because for me it's about like 2 hours away from me, and the LA Fair, which I will be doing a video on later this summer, is way closer for me, and it's pretty comparable. They're about the same, so I'll probably just stick to going to LA Fair. But the OC Fair was definitely nice, and the bathrooms were clean. Everything was pretty clean. I went with my friends, so I wasn't alone, and there are a lot of people, which is why it was weird that there weren't like a lot of crazy lines, but it does get kind of crowded, so just be prepared for that. And I think that's it. Alright, well I think that is it. There's nothing really else to say. So I will see you guys on the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!